Welcome back. It's been 5 months since NASCAR lost Dale Earnhardt, but to many of the drivers, it seems like yesterday. The Winston Cup Series back at Daytona this week for the first time since the fatal crash that turned the sport upside down. Tonight's qualifying for Saturday's race has been pushed back to noon tomorrow because of thunderstorms this afternoon. Fortunately, the weather cleared up in the evening, so Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the rest of the drivers did squeeze in some practice.
To the corner.
Chipper Jones isn't only an all-star third baseman, he may also soon be a Braves left fielder. Atlanta considering its options Thursday after acquiring free agent third baseman Ken Caminiti. The Braves closing out their 3-game series tonight against Philly. Greg Maddux on the hill. That would not be all-star pitcher Greg Maddux, although he looked like one. 5 strikeouts over 6 innings. Pick things up bottom of the second. Braves off starting to click. Bruce Chen, the former Brave, that ball is gone. Brian Jordan, the solo home run. Jordan's been picking things up a little bit here. His 9th of the season. Braves up by a score 2-1. Then it's Jordan again. This is not a replay. The very next inning, a 3-run home run puts the Braves up 7-1. They go on to win this one 9-5. Atlanta a game behind Philly in the NL East. A look at the Carolina League scoreboard, and the Pelicans need to get back to Coastal Federal Field fast. Myrtle Beach drops its 4th straight game, 2-1 to Potomac. The Birds fall to 1-4 on this current road trip. The Pride is allowed to sign no more than 4 veterans this offseason, with Danny Bousquet and Alan Sirois already locked and loaded. This afternoon, PD made it 3. Peter Geronazzo will be back for a 5th season with the Pride. The captain of last year's squad, he surpassed the century mark in goals, 104, and assists, 117. Said team vice president Jack Capuano of the left winger, he's been a loyal soldier since day one. Steffi Graf is at Wimbledon this week rooting for Andre Agassi, but you can bet she's also keeping an eye on Jennifer Capriati's quest of a Grand Slam. Graf is the last woman to complete the sweep, doing it in 1988. Capriati taking on Justine Henin and her injured right foot in today's semis. First set, Capriati in control, near court, cross court, winner. She wins the first set easy, 6-2, but Henin wins the second set 6-4. This right here is match point for the 19-year-old. And how about that? Capriati is done. Henin wins 2-6, 6-4, 6-2. The other semifinal, Lindsay Davenport facing Venus Williams in a rematch of last year's championship. After Venus wins the first set, Davenport awakens. Taking the second set, nice ground stroke there. She wins it 7-6. This one also goes to 3 sets, but Venus turning it on in the third, blowing past Davenport 6-1. Williams advances with a 3-set victory. To golf, the Western Open, Tiger Woods smiling. That must have been before the round. 14th, he is 1 over par. The tee shot on 14, yeah, he starts to get it dialed in a little bit. This one goes right at the cup. It does not go in, but he would birdie the hole, but finishes 8 shots back after the first day, tied for 92nd. Meanwhile, Phil Mickelson, he won last week. That's a pretty nice putt there. He's just 1 shot back. Mark Wiebe is the leader. Also, Bob, one other thing to pass along. Dave Marcus, 60 years old, veteran Winston Cup driver. He's calling it quits after next year's Daytona 500. Hasn't won a race since '82. The timing probably pretty good.
Yeah, but he's out there every week. He's digging it in there.
Fan favorite. You got to love him.
All right. Well, we'll be looking forward to see what happens.
Yes, we will.
Thank you, Rob. Allison.
Welcome back. For the second straight day, we lead with a story out of South Carolina, and for the second straight day, the news isn't good. Lou Holtz has suspended sophomore linebacker Jeremiah Garrison for violation of team and athletic department policy. The university didn't say what Garrison did to earn the suspension or how long it would last. We'll be sure to keep you posted. With the unexpected exit of Pete Sampras, there's only one American men's player celebrating the 4th of July at Wimbledon. Andre Agassi on the court Wednesday, facing 24th-seeded Nicholas Escud in the semis. Look at Steffi Graf watching Andre. First set, Escud is coming to play. That's him in the far court battling Agassi, and this is going to be one heck of a shot. The backhand, Agassi can't catch up with that. Escud wins the first set, 7-6, but second set, Agassi gets his swerve on the backhand. That's the forehand, and that's way too strong. Agassi wins the second set 6-3, the third 6-4. This serving for the match, and after the slow start, he cruises. Agassi wins it in 4 sets. Next up, Patrick Rafter.
Well, you know, Pat's one sport.
Greg Maddux may have his eye on a 5th Cy Young Award this season. What he doesn't have, though, is a spot on the National League All-Star team. NL manager Bobby Valentine released his list of pitchers and reserves this afternoon, and Maddox's name was not on it. The Braves ace has been having an All-Star caliber season in 2001, no question. a 9-5 record with a league-high ERA of 2.38 and 103 strikeouts. So if Maddox isn't on the list, who is? Well, take a look. The pitchers in the National League, John Burkett certainly deserves it, Braves pitcher. Then you have Mike Hampton, Randy Johnson, who's pitching right now very well. Kurt Schilling having a strong season. Matt Morris for St. Louis. Rick Reed for the Mets is on there. Rookie Ben Sheets, Chan-Ho Park. A couple of Dodgers there, Jeff Shaw. Billy Wagner, the closer for Houston. And finally, John Lieber of Chicago. For a complete list of the pitchers and reserves in the National League and American League, go to WBTW.com. Daily baseball action. Chicago Cubs against the Mets. Bottom second. The squeeze play is on. Glendon Rush. That's going to work. Jay Payton comes in to score. The Mets have a 2-1 lead early. Bottom of the fifth, Edgardo Alfonso up to bat for the Mets. And you want to see some nice glove work? There you have it. Corey Patterson, a super grab. Take another look. It's about as good as it gets out there in left field. Top of the 9, Armando Benitez coming in to slam the door. Facing Sammy Sosa, you got it. Mets win this one. The final is 2-1. And today, Independence Day, not only the United States celebrating birthdays, George Steinbrenner, Al Davis, Horace and Harvey Grant, and my favorite, Morgana the Kissing Bandit.
Oh.
Her birthday today.
And a perfect day for baseball, All-American sport.
All-American sport, plenty of baseball today, plenty more tonight, including the Braves.
All right, thanks, Rob. Allison?
Welcome back. Things are moving along slowly this weekend in Daytona, but they are moving. Qualifying for the Pepsi 400, originally scheduled for last night, but rain pushing it back to this afternoon. Then another rain delay, but they did eventually get it all in. Dale Earnhart Jr.'s first trip to Daytona since losing his father in February. Sterling Marlin running like a man on a mission, grabbing the pole with a time of 48.972. Meanwhile, points leader Jeff Gordon with a strong showing as usual. He grabs a spot on the third row. A look at the top 25 spots, and it's a whole lot of dodge. Sterling Marlin, Ward Burton, Stacy Compton, and Casey Atwood with the top 4 spots. And Jeff Gordon in at number 5. 6 through 10 is Andy Houston, John Andretti, another Dodge, Joe Nemechek, Mark Martin, and the rookie Kevin Harvick in at 10. Jeff Purvis, 11. The Tide Ride, Ricky Craven, 12. There's Little Lee, 13. Not bad. Dave Blaney, Matt Kenseth, 16 through 20 is Dave Marcus, who announced his retirement yesterday. Kyle Petty, Bill Elliott, Dale Jarrett, Kevin LePage at 20. And finally, 21 through 25 is Ricky Rudd, Michael Waltrip, Daytona 500 champ, Mike Skinner, Rusty Wallace, and Jason Leffler. Along with the Winston Cup circuit, a group of young men from the Robeson County Career Center is also in Daytona this week. Over the course of the summer, they've been working on a race car that's competing in this weekend's Dash Series USA.com 150. Bill Hennessy is behind the wheel for the big race. He says the weekend is about much more than just having a good time.
It's not really a fun.
Talk about timing. Yesterday, the Braves signed free agent third baseman Ken Caminiti. Just hours later, Chipper Jones sustained bruised ribs after getting hit by an errant throw during infield warm-ups. Fortunately, that injury wasn't serious. This one, on the other hand, could be. Atlanta at Boston. Watch Rafael Furcal's left shoulder. He lands on it awkwardly, leaves the game. He'll have an MRI next week. Could be lost for the season. Top 9, game tied. Not anymore. B.J. Surhoff with a big RBI single. Atlanta goes up 5-3, but in the bottom of the ninth, Manny Ramirez answers. Home run, 0-2 pitch, 2 outs. It ties the game at 5, but Atlanta was with the last laugh. Brian Jordan, the base hit. Kilvio Veras comes across to score. Surhoff, on the other hand, is out. Doesn't matter. Braves still win this one. The final is 6-5. A look at the Carolina League scoreboard, and the Pelicans get swept by Potomac. The final in this one 4-zip. Myrtle Beach manages just 1 win on the 6-game road trip. The Birds return home tomorrow night to open up a 3-game set with Potomac. You didn't know who was going to win today's Wimbledon semifinal between Andre Agassi and Patrick Rafter, but you did know it was going to be a dogfight. These two known for putting on a show at the All England Club. I don't care if they can't put on their own sunscreen. They're still warriors, I tell you. First set, Agassi coming out strong. Watch him dig the forehand. That is very nice. Andre wins the first set 6-2, but it is far from over. Rafter in the near court coming up to the net, and this is some serious touch. They split the first 2 sets. Rafter up 7-6 in the 5th set. This right here for match point and a trip to the final. And a very appropriate ending. That is very nice. He wins the 5th set 8-6. Bob, his opponent in the final, still not sure. Either Tim Henman or Goran Ivanisevic. Their match is delayed by rain. They're going to finish it up tomorrow, but it should be a great Wimbledon final the way things are playing out.
Certainly looks like it. Thank you,
A lot of good
Rob.
tennis, sure.
All right, more on the tornado coming up in a minute. Stay with us.
Hope it works for those guys. If anyone can sympathize with Nick's ejection from the Outback on Survivor, it's former Lamar standout Levon Kirkland. Last month, the Steelers had their own version of tribal council and voted Kirkland off the team in a salary cap move. But unlike Nick, Kirkland will continue to play his game. He'll just be doing it in Seattle. The Seahawks have signed the Pro Bowl linebacker to a contract. Terms were not disclosed. At age 32, Kirkland's still got plenty of gas left in the tank. He joins a Seahawks defense that was ranked 31st in the NFL season. One of those high-caliber offensive skilled players Bowden just referred to, Tymir Zimmerman, the Marlboro County senior, set to play at Clemson this fall, but right now his world revolving around basketball. Marlboro County hosting Lower Richland in 4A playoff action. There's a look at Tymir getting pumped up for the game. First quarter, Marlboro up too early. Michael Deese drilling the three. Bulldogs open up on a 10-2 run. Later in the first quarter, some tough Marlboro defense. Tymir Zimmerman with the steal, and he's taking it all the way. Slam it at home, part of an 18-0 Bulldog run. Then in the end of the first half, Chris McQueen into the act with the three. Marlboro County wins at the final 67-57. The small town of Mooresville, North Carolina became the center of NASCAR's universe as fans mourn the loss of an icon at Dale Earnhardt Incorporated.
America lost a hero. Everybody that's here, how many of them have kids? They looked up to this guy.
Some fans just drove by for a glimpse, others taking the time to observe or contribute to an awe-inspiring memorial.
I told my dad I got to use his cap, and then I put it on the bush, and then we put a poster of Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Dale Earnhardt.
We built a new house, and my basement's done entirely in Dale Earnhardt memorabilia, and leaves me with the question, how do you back this up?
Many fans love Dale Earnhardt, the driver. Many more love Dale Earnhardt, the person.
I saw an interview where he said, if you send me anything, any kind of card, picture, poster, anything, I'll sign it and I'll send it back to you. And I said, well, I'm going to test that, and I did it. And he did and personalized it. And that kind of meant something. And I'm just not handling this well at all.
So what does the future hold for NASCAR? At this point, nobody seems to know. What is known is that for now, the sport has taken a back seat as fans mourn the loss of one of their greatest heroes. Reporting from Mooresville, Rob Tickton, TV 13 Sports. Like most married couples, the Sprawls are forced to spend the day apart. Richard working at the tire shop he co-owns with his brother, Marty teaching dance to aspiring young performers. The Sprawls are drawn together by the sweetest of emotions, love for each other, and the PD pride. A room in their home dedicated to the team stores the dozens of signs Richard and Marty bring to every home game.
Carry on. We're at the door.
A trip to the Lion's Den has become a journey from one home to another.
We've met a lot of people sitting around us that we've become friends with, beside us, behind us, everywhere.
Richard and Marty have been married for 16.5 years, and although the relationship with the Pride has only lasted for 3.5 seasons, the two commitments appear to be equally as strong.
I think we've only missed all but three of them. At least been one of us here at every game.
And if you think the time is spent relaxing, think again.
Hands is fighting! Oh, yeah! Woo! Come on, defense! Oh! Oh, yeah!
Don't ever say that again!
Yeah! Just another night at home for the Sprawls, spending time with their loved ones. Reporting for TV 13 Sports, I'm Rob Tickton. One of the things you heard Bobby talk about was practicing pitch changes out here. I somehow have gotten finagled into participating. I've got the gloves, I've got the knee pads, and fortunately I just happen to be wearing John Woodford's shirt. So I'm told this is going to illustrate just how difficult of a job this is. Wish me luck. This is going to be ugly, I think. Here we go. Reporting for TV 13 Sports, I'm Rob Tickton. Ow. Oh, I killed my hand.